How many of you are true believers of Bible prophecies? Wait, you do not need to respond, because the answers are found in your heart and mind. To begin, please read Revelation chapter 21 verse 8, which listed the unbelieving as the second group of people that are going into the lake of fire, where they will be burned for eternity.
But the cowardly, unbelieving, abominable, murderers, sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake, which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Revelation chapter 21 verse 8. New King James Version.
This video only has one slide, so please study it very carefully, because it was Jesus himself who had prophesied against the false prophet of Revelation chapter 19 verse 20 by calling him out as the ravenous wolf. When Jacob was on his deathbed, he called out to all his sons so that he can give them his blessings.
And Jacob called his sons and said, "Gather together, that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days." Genesis chapter 49 verse 1. New King James Version.
But when he came to Benjamin, this was what he had said over him concerning his future and involvement in the last days.
Benjamin is a ravenous wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. Genesis chapter 49, verse 27, New King James Version.
Then we fast forward to Jesus' times, where he had prophesied against the false prophet who is to come.
Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15, New King James Version.
After Jesus' death and resurrection, all of a sudden, a Pharisee by the name of Saul was converted on the road to Damascus and became a follower of Jesus. He, not being one of the 12 disciples of Jesus, had alone written 13 or 14 books by claiming that his spiritual inspiration came directly from Jesus. And while he was writing a letter to the Philippians, this was what he wrote.
Circumcised the 8th day, of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews. Concerning the law, a Pharisee. Philippians chapter 3 verse 5. New King James Version.
What seemed like an innocent statement from Saul. Now Paul, after his conversion. Not until we put all the 3 scriptures together, we have just reviewed onto a triangle. All 3 scriptures from the book of Genesis, the book of Matthew, and the book of Philippians formed a Bermuda Triangle that are locked in a mathematical relationship. And with this relationship between Jacob, Jesus, and Paul locked together in Bible prophecies, it means we now know who was the false prophet that Jesus himself had spoken about, and who was the false prophet mentioned by John in the book of Revelation. Nothing happens by chance. When Jesus had prophesied against the false prophets that will come, he specifically said that these false prophets will come to us in sheep's clothing, but are ravenous wolves inside. And guess what? Both Joseph and Benjamin from the book of Genesis were born of Rachel, whose name means a sheep. This is the reason why we can conclude that Pastor Joseph Prince, who swore by Paul's writings as the basis of his grace teachings, is the beast of Revelation chapter 19 verse 20. His fate was locked in together with Paul on the day he was born on the 15th of May, 1963. On the month of the Taurus was a rejected calf of Samaria.
They set up kings, but not by me. They made princes, but I did not acknowledge them. From their silver and gold they made idols for themselves, that they might be cut off. Your calf is rejected, O Samaria. My anger is aroused against them. How long until they attain to innocence? For from Israel is even this. A workman made it, and it is not God, but the calf of Samaria shall be broken to pieces. Hosea chapter 8, verse 4-6, New King James Version.
Please follow this channel for more prophecies explained.